home is much more than a place. It's also made up of the people that we know and the stories that we inherit from our ancestors. And Letters is the story of my grandfather Reiner, who was Dutch, and during World War II he and his brother Frans had to leave Rotterdam and hide out on the German-Dutch border in the woodlands and in old factories and farmhouses, and they were essentially in exile for about 3 years. Whenever they could, they would try to send letters back to their mother, back to their family, their girlfriends, in order to let them all know that they were still alive. And of course the family would then try to send letters back to them. I managed to piece together the story through a series of letters and also a journal that my great-uncle Frans kept during his time in exile. After the war, my grandfather married his girlfriend, who was my grandmother, Catharina, and the two of them emigrated to Australia in 1952. And then more letters were obviously written back to Holland and then from Holland back to Australia, so hence the title of this song. The Leaving is a song that reflects fondly upon childhood. When I was a kid, me and my 3 younger siblings in the summertime would head down to the Blackwood River after school and spend hours and hours sort of jumping off rocks and swimming and playing in the water. And it's a song about innocence and kinship and sort of all the years that come before leaving home. And so it travels back in time to sort of when I was a young adult and then leaving home for the first time, moving up to Perth, which was like the big smoke compared to where I grew up anyway, and the gaining of experience. So moving from childhood innocence to becoming an adult and gaining experience through mistakes that you make. Then I wish